Done.
Hello friends, today we are going to start a new topic on construction management, which is bar chart. Before starting bar chart, let's have a look on the basic purpose of construction management. At one point or another, almost every organization will take on a large and complex projects. A construction company putting up an office, building, or laying a highway must complete thousands of costly activities. Almost every industry worries about how to manage similar large-scale, complicated projects effectively. Large, often one-time projects are difficult challenges to operation managers. The stakes are high. Millions in cost overruns have been avoided to waste poor planning on projects. Bar chart. Unnecessarily, delays have occurred due to poor scheduling, and companies have gone bankrupt due to poor controls. Here comes the role of project management. As a project organization are set up to handle such jobs and are often disabled when the project is complete. So we can easily say that project management is the art of organizing the components of a project. Bar chart. Basically, project management serves three projects. First is project should be completed in minimum time period. Second is project should use available manpower and local resources effectively. And third one is project should be completed without delay and minimum investment cost. So friends, it was a brief introduction of construction management, which we have already covered in our previous lecture. So now let's start with a fresh topic, which is methods of project management. There are several methods, for example, bar charts, milestone charts, and network analysis. Let's start with bar chart. Bar chart was introduced by Henry Gantt around 1900 AD, therefore also known as Gantt chart. Bar chart is a graphical representation of activity versus time. Usually, horizontal axis represents the time duration and vertical axis represents the activities or jobs to be performed. Activities are shown in the diagram. Let's have a look of the diagram. There is a bar chart of three activities. First is excavation, second is foundation, and third is steel work. As per the diagram, sub-activities of excavation are the stages of work. First is utility clearance, means clearing all the unwanted elements like heavy boulders and heavy masses on the surface according to diagram. It will take 1 week to complete. A parallel activity with this clearing its surface, scrapping, it takes also 1 week. Next activity is surface excavation, it takes 3 weeks. A major parallel activity is periodic surveying. It takes 6 weeks. We can't estimate the time of shorting, so we can't show this activity in bar chart. Similarly, we can explain all the given activities with the help of bar chart. The beginning and the end of each bar shows the time of start and time of finish of activity respectively. Therefore, the length of the bar represents the time required for completion of activity. There are many advantages of bar chart. It is simple to draw, easy to understand, and can be drawn quickly. No trained personnel is required to make a chart. The progress activity at site is expressed in terms of percentage. It may be used for depicting the resource requirement of a construction project. It provides a visual representation of the entire project, which shows exactly when activity is supposed to start and finish. As we have discussed several advantages of bar chart, yet it has several disadvantages also. First, it cannot depict interdependency of two activities. There is a serious drawback with the bar chart. We know that there are some activities of a project which are performed concurrently, where there are activities which are performed concurrently, activities which next slide. One can draw a conclusion that concurrent activities are dependent or independent of each other. Second limitation with the bar chart is lack of degree of details. In case of projects, only major activity. Next slide. एक सेकंड, स्लाइड थोड़ा ये हो रहा है.
क्या हो रहा है?
एक मिनट पॉज कीजिए. प्रीवियस स्लाइड पे चाहिए ना.
This one?
हाँ.
Yeah, what's
It's more jumbled like.
Okay, it's too much. I
हाँ,
guess.
too much.
Okay.
तो तब डिस्टिंक्ट करने थोड़ा तकलीफ हो रहा है, स्ट्रेन आ रहा है वो.
Okay, fine.
So like we have to increase either the spacing between the two lines or maybe the font.
Okay. Fine. So we'll increase the font.
or the spacing between the lines.
Yeah.
Fine, okay. The third one is review of project progress. A bar chart does not show the progress of the work in the project, and therefore it cannot be used as a control device. As progress made at a particular instant of time, it is required for proper control of the project, although this difficulty can be overcome by hashed lines. Next one is time uncertainties. Bar charts are not useful in those projects where there are uncertainties in determination of time required for completion of particular activities. Example, research products. Because of this uncertainty of time, determination will lead to rescheduling cannot be shown in bar chart diagrams. Another thing is, it is not useful to find out critical activities. It does not distinguish between critical and non-critical activities. Knowledge of critical need the maximum attention of construction team to finish the project in time. The milestone chart is an improvement over the original bar chart. In each activity, there are certain key events which mark the completion of certain portion of the man activity, such like milestone. Milestone can be represented by an arrow, square, or a circle on the bar of that particular activity. Each milestone can be considered to be a several event along which the main activity, and then the chart is called as milestone chart. It has been observed that when a particular activity represented by a bar is very long, the details of sub-activities will be lacking. The benefit of milestone chart is that it gives the basic idea about sub-activities, hence controlling can be better achieved by the milestone chart. Activity interrelationship and accountable of uncertainty cannot be depicted by milestone chart. Network methods. Let's discuss about the network methods. As we have found many drawbacks in the previous methods, so to overcome these issues, network methods has been developed. A network is a graphical and a logical model of a plan which lists out the sequence of various activities, and main thing is that with interdependencies with the problem of the previous methods. Network methods. It is an outcome of all improvements in the above charts. Example, PERT, CPM, Unitix, LESS, TOPS, scans, etc. We'll discuss the following two, CPM and PERT. Network methods. Advantages. Interrelationship between the activity and event can be shown easily. It is very useful for research and development. It is quite useful for large and very complicated projects. It is useful for controlling purpose as well as for rescheduling as directly rescheduling of a project to possible. It can also be used for projects or activities having uncertainties. In case of uncertainties, network diagram allowances the use of theory of probability for the estimation of time. As we are moving further, we are getting the basic idea of a network. In this range, let's move towards the topic, elements of a network. As we know, networks are used for the purpose of planning, scheduling, and controlling the progress on various components of the projects, especially those projects which are complex in nature. In simple words, we can say that network is a flow diagram consisting of activities and events, connected logically and sequentially. On the basis of that, we can represent network diagram in two ways. The first one is activity on arrow, and second is activity on node.